Hi, and welcome to my vlog. Today I'm going to do something a bit different. I am a collector of knitting books, and just to get it started, you can call me Marie. I live here in Denmark with two of my youngest children and my husband. This is episode number, I think we are actually at number 20, but I'll write it down below. So I wanted to talk to you about books today because I have a small collection of knitting books, primarily in Danish, just like this one, but a lot of the books that I have are also available in English. Some of them might be currently, but you can hope that the ones that are not translated into English yet will be published in English at some point. But the thing is, I got this book for Christmas, but I'm Danish, and even though I can understand books in English, I kind of prefer to have books like this in Danish because it's my native language. But when I got the book for Christmas, I got this one in English, and I thought, well, I'll just keep it because I wanted this book, but I didn't want it in English. And after thinking about it, I realized that Marianne Isager has made 3 books. This is the oldest one. This is the first one. And Knitting Life, Back to Tversted. And I knew that if I started with getting book number 1 in English, I wanted the 2 other books to be in English. And then I realized I would rather have all 3 books in Danish. So I contacted the web shop where my mother bought this book, and they were very, very sweet. So just as you just saw, I have just gotten the book in Danish, and I'm going to return the English one because nobody needs the same book in 2 languages. No. So I am returning the English one. I'm going to pack it up just nicely in this paper that I have right here, and then I'm going to return it to Kokholmsk. They were very nice. I called them. They have a physical shop here in Denmark, and they sent it to me right away. And now I'm going to enjoy my book just as much as the other books that I'm going to show you. So, besides the one I got for Christmas, this is the newest in my collection. This is Knitting in Structure, Strik i Struktur, by Thea Vesterby. She makes a lot of patterns in her own name. She's called Vesterby Krea. I will write her name down here so you can find her on the Instagram. She also makes patterns for Kokholmsk, which is a Danish yarn brand, and I will write their website down here, because a lot of the patterns that Kokholmsk makes are written in Danish, English, and German. And I actually think some of them are translated into a language more. I'm not sure about that. But I will I will put the name of the homepage on the screen. Yes, this book is a lot. It's really big, you know. It's like a tabletop book, and I'll just find, because yeah, all of these recipes are with a lot of lace patterns, a lot of cables, a lot of, you know, very beautiful feminine designs. I also have this picture on the back. And I haven't knitted any of it yet, but definitely on my list of next time I'm going to do something really feminine. Might be something from here, but right now I'm just enjoying having this book in my collection. And if you want to find some of her patterns, you can, I think you can buy them on Ravelry, but you can buy them on her website. And also she makes free patterns for Kokholmsk, so some of her patterns are for free on their website. I don't think they put them on Ravelry anymore. So, one of my new very favorite books, I think I showed you to this in the hat episode. I did. This is the one. This is written by Stine Holgaard Johansen, and it's, you know, a book filled with things like this. Ooh, I just lost my bookmark. There's a lot of like beautiful patterns in this one. I'll just put my bookmark back where it came from. Like, you know, this is kind of a book that's so fun to watch, and I think that a lot of the techniques that she shows in this book you can apply on a very, you know, basic patterns, and that way, you know, mix up things. So this is also on my list of books that I am definitely enjoying having in my collection. This is not the oldest book that I have in my book collection, but as you can see, it's one that I have a lot of bookmarks in, and it's called Glamour Strik, or I know that this is in English because this Danish version is a translation of the original English one. The yarn that's used in this book, a lot of them you can't buy in Denmark because a lot of the yarn is you know, not, you can easily use another kind of yarn than the yarn that's in the book, and yeah, it's just really beautiful patterns, a lot of lace work. So all the patterns in this book is inspired by vintage patterns from the 30s, 40s, and 50s. And this is written by Madeline Weston and Rita Taylor. So one of the things that I have made actually several times, actually this should almost open by itself because I think I've knitted this pattern like 2-3 times, is this one. Yeah. I've never made it in pink. I've made it in orange. I've made it in green. I've made it in blue. Yeah, I actually think that the orange one I wore so much that it ended up with a hole somewhere on the body. So yeah, and this is, you know, there is a little store with each with each pattern. So, and if you live here in Denmark, I am sure you can find this one on the library. It came out around the time where Mad Men was a thing. I've never watched Mad Men, so I actually don't know the reference to this, but I found it in the library. I fell in love with the book and then I bought it. I actually think I bought it through a colleague who was a member of a book club where you could buy it a bit cheaper. Yeah. Books, when you buy books in Denmark, they are a bit more expensive than if you would buy them in Germany or England, because there aren't made as many, they don't print as many books in Danish because there aren't as many people who can understand Danish and as who can understand English. So it's a thing. The next 3 books I am going to show you is some of my favorite books by one of my absolute favorite designers, Lene Holme Samsø. I know that all of these books has been translated into English. This is the oldest one with her very famous, at least in Denmark, leaf patterns, and also with a lot of classics, like this one, yes. Yeah, so this is a book I often take down the shelf and have a look at and see if, there's something in here I can use. Actually, the last thing I cast on was from this book, because, I know that the fit of the things are very, good, and it's a classic, and they are simplistic, which I love, a lot of, yeah. So the next one is also, I know this has also been translated into English and Swedish, Norwegian, I think, but it's called Mig og Ministrik, Me and Minnie Knitting. And this is fun because she has made patterns for sizes from age 2 until adult. Yeah, a size XL. So it's not that size inclusive, because a size XL in her patterns are with a breast circumference at 120 centimeters. So yes, these, for instance, this chunky Bella, I made this for my daughter when I think I made it 3 years ago. So this book is have some years on it. I can see that this is size 1 until 12 years. So this is also one of my absolute favorites, one that I keep going back to, especially the orange one that you might, I think it's called the sweater. So the books are very different, but her style is kind of, consistent. And the last one, and this is the newest one she made for adults. And there are a lot of like lace patterns, a lot of cables, a lot of, again, very classic, very northern style. like this green cardigan, like maybe you know this one, the Peggy sweater. There's also the Siri cardigan, which is also, you know, a thing I've made. This one, the tulip sweater, I've made that. And there are also, in all of her books, there are also like scarves, and there are also sock patterns. So at least one sock or scarf, and sometimes there are also a kind of like mittens, and sometimes there are hats. So it's always books with a lot of, you know, different pieces, big and small, but all of them in the same style. So these are the books, shaky. These are the books that I wanted to show to you, especially because I'm going to return the A Knitting Life today back to the store so somebody else can have it and enjoy it. And I hope that you enjoyed my little video about books, because of course it's very smart to buy like PDF patterns that you can have on your phone, and I definitely love writing in my patterns. If they are printed, then I save them. I have a whole system for printed recipes. But you know, the books, they're just very, you know, very tactile, enjoyable experience to sit with a book, even though it might be a bit unpractical. For it's not, if you're going on the train and having like, maybe not these books, they are okay, but heavy. But a big book like this one, this is a monster. You know, it's so heavy, it's so big, and it's so beautiful. And this is just, you know, something that you pull out of your bookshelf and just look around and get all excited about, you know, I could do this, like this one. Yeah. So don't forget to buy a book sometimes. I'm sure that they will contribute to your knitting life in ways that you didn't even know was possible. But I hope you had the time to sit down and relax and look at me coughing. And before I get all caught up in the coughing thing, I will say thank you for watching. I hope that you give this video a like. I hope that you subscribe to my channel. And feel free to leave me a comment if there are some of the titles that you would like me to write to you. And maybe where you can buy the books. I guess that if you Google them, you can find each of one of these books. I'm sure that this one is only in Danish. I'm sure of that. But the others, you should be able to buy those in English. So, thank you for today. Thank you for watching. And I hope to see you again next time, where I put something up here on my vlog. And have a very nice day. I will see you soon.